Hey there folks, Chumpesque here, bringing another audio commentary, and today I'm going to be doing a elf mirror, again from ESWC, on Melting Valley, and it's going to be between Moon and Knicker, and Moon, I'm sure obviously all of you know, and Knicker, a pretty good, dominant European elf player, probably one of the best elves left in Europe now, and certainly elf mirrors tend to be very interesting, especially on maps like Melting Valley, where the distance is just about long enough that you can get, or just about long enough that either hunts or sort of bears are pretty legitimate strategies. Dots were slightly less likely to see, I think, but certainly still a possibility. And it looks like an early Ancient of War is going up for Moon. Obviously, this camp is possible to creep, but you have to be very, very careful. You have to have a lot of Wisp prepared that Ancient of War, because these creeps do a lot of damage to Ancient of Wars. Meanwhile, Knicker looks like he's going for Priestess of the Moon type strategy. No Ancient of War up yet by the looks of things, so we'll probably going to be seeing some Huntresses, maybe tier 1 push, maybe what we've been seeing recently is a bunch of Huntresses with Priestess of the Moon, which Knicker is going for, and then eventually a transition, maybe with a Dark Ranger or a Naga second. Certainly that would be a possibility. And obviously you go for a Dryads, and just so you get all the advantages of that massive ranged army, you have a massive amount of focusing power, but certainly also just tier 1 play with maybe even an Ancient Protector push would be very viable as well here. And we are going to be seeing Demon Hunter versus Priestess of the Moon as we start this game, and it looks like Knicker is finally just putting up his Hunter's Hall now. And are we seeing an Ancient of War somewhere? Maybe this Wisp is going to put up a fast Tree of Life or something. That'd be interesting. I don't see an Ancient of War, which is surprising. Didn't we want to put it down at the same time as your Hunter's Hall? Oh, here it is here. Yeah, so Knicker going to be creeping at this camp first, or when he gets a chance to. He'll first probably go and harass with that Priestess of the Moon, because he'll have a bit of time. You can see Moon bringing in 3 Wisps. You do, as I say, you do need a lot of Wisps just to be able to get away with creeping out this camp as quickly as you really need to, just so the creep drag doesn't come in. And it looks like Moon will be going for this Warlord first, obviously dropping a very strong item this creep, and it looks like Knicker is coming in, and he might be able to get in just for the last creep, but I don't think he'll be able to do too much harassment. Ooh, Scroll of the Beast, not a good item, but Gauntlets of Ogre Strength, a pretty good item for that Demon Hunter, who will be taking a lot of damage in the early game until we start seeing bears. And looks like Moon is just going to be trying to focus down, or trying to do some damage to the Priestess of the Moon rather than take out the units or take out the creeps. And Knicker gone for a Searing Arrows first rather than a True Shot Aura, which is a bit surprising. Perhaps it's a sign that he's going to tech rather than go for some sort of just really heavy Huntress play. And looks like this tree of Ancient of War is in a bit of trouble, but we'll be able to eat some trees and get on with things. And it looks like both players have now started their techs as well at pretty similar times. And the Moon just chasing around this Priestess of the Moon. Moon should be careful not to be distracted too much, because this is exactly what Knicker wants. He wants Moon to be wasting his time when Moon could be creeping and Knicker really can't. And it looks like Moon might use this Ancient of War to continue, or to finish creeping off this camp, because levels 2 would be pretty nice for that Demon Hunter. And Demon Hunter is very close. Looks like Knicker finally using Hide now that Night is broken, and we're going to have to see whether or not he's going to be able to steal any of these creeps. Obviously needs to steal them all to stop Moon from getting level 2. And excuse me, this Ancient of War is now up and is producing Huntresses. One's already coming in, and a second one's being produced. Looks like Moon chasing away that Demon Hunter, or that Priestess of the Moon, and then simultaneously buying a couple Mercs, just so that he can quickly get that level 2 that he needs, and not take too much damage. And it looks like Knicker probably buying some boots here, buying some dust, and Moon, actually neither side buying the boots, but Moon buying a Sapphire Teleportation, which is a quite nice item against that Priestess of the Moon. Gives you such nice mobility, especially on a large map like this, considering that you are likely to have lots of Scout Wisp around. It really allows you to get all around the map very quickly. And it looks like Knicker running back, probably going to use some Moonwells, and then try and come back into this fight, but actually doing a bit of harassment here with his Huntresses as well. And let's take a look. Still no experience on this Priestess of the Moon. Looks like he didn't actually manage to get any creep steals or anything with those Huntresses. But this Demon Hunter now running after excuse me, running after Knicker, and just going to be Moon's going to be going for this creeping just with his Ancient of War and the Mercs and that one archer. Moon really not building too many archers, which is quite surprising, but I think the reason behind that is that he knew that Knicker was going to be teching, just because of that Priestess of the Moon not going for Aura first, and so he knew that he didn't need to have the massive defense. Meanwhile, some nice multitask creeping from both players here, just using their Ancient of Wars and Huntresses over Merc just to do some damage to creeps and get some experience. And it looks like Moon actually gonna lose that Wisp. A bit unfortunately, he wasn't paying attention, couldn't detonate it. And it looks like the Demon Hunter is gonna come in here, but again, just Priest of the Moon using hide took that dust, so Moon never got it, and so that that Priest of the Moon is hidden from that Demon Hunter. And it looks like Moon, with a bit less to do now, is about to hit tier 2, just hits it now. And actually, have we seen? Yeah, we do see a Hunter's Haul from him, so I think we're going to be seeing a lore build from him, and from a match we'll be seeing a similar thing from Nicker, although Nicker probably going to stick at tier 2, considering he went for that Priest of the Moon first. Our Ancients of Lore are probably now going down. Yeah, there's one in the back of the base here for Moon, and it looks like Moon's just going to be pumping Wisps for now, and doing some harassment actually with his Demon Hunter, which is quite nice, because it's going to mean that these Hunter's Hall or Ancients of Lore can't go up quite yet, although Moon needs to be careful not to take too much damage from that Tree of Ages. Looks like he's just going to go after the Wisps, so a pretty sensible move there. And actually it looks like Nicker having to build his Ancients of Lore really far out of his base, and that's probably not what he wanted, because it means if Moon comes in there with some bears, he can take them out so quickly, and it's unlikely Nicker's going to be able to defend them, and so that's a bit of a risky play, considering that Nicker is pretty confident that Moon's going to be going for some sort of bear build. But it looks like actually Moon not taking a tier 3 quite yet, getting a couple is 2 lores up, and we might well see. I think that was that was a very nice move by Moon, putting up probably an Ancient of War, Ancient of Wonder, something like that, just to aggro these creeps. Obviously the creeps will be aggroed by the constructing building nearby, and actually that brought all the creeps out onto Nicker, who has to now face 2 creep camps at once. So a very clever move there that you do see quite frequently at this high level. Just obviously, you just need to build that building within range of creeps, sort of aggro range, because they are aggroed by rooted buildings, or buildings, but not ones which are just, or unrooted they are aggravated by rooted buildings, but not by unrooted buildings. So by just putting up that rooted building, and then immediately cancelling it, then that just aggroes the creeps. And it looks like a Nicker is going to be going for a very heavy Dryad army. We'll be hoping for level 2 if he doesn't have it already. He does have it on his Priest of the Moon now, and it looks like Moon's going to be trying to take out some Moon Wells here, but he's going to be in a lot of trouble. We'll need to use a Staff of Teleportation to get out of here, and Naga second for Nicker. Pretty standard strategy, because you just can't afford to be to have a hero that really relies on having lots of mana, because that Demon Hunter will be 3 so soon, and Moon going for a Naga as well. Obviously Naga always nice in a elf army, and looks like actually a reveal going off on Moon's base. Nicker probably wants to see whether or not Moon's going to tier 3. He sees that Moon's actually just going to be going for lots and lots of Dryads, and so what this game's really going to come down to is, will the aura from the Priest of the Moon do more damage than this Demon Hunter will be able to do? And bear in mind, this Demon Hunter will have to be tanking a lot of damage, so we'll probably need to duck out of the battle a bit. Moon probably, actually no, hasn't picked up a staff yet, or a Staff of the Sanctuary, which is a bit surprising, or Staff of the... Sorry, I know I'm talking ridiculous today, but it really needs to be able to save his Demon Hunter with that staff, just to because it's going to be doing all the tanking, because otherwise Moon has an entirely ranged army, and it looks like we are actually seeing a expansion and a Ancient Protector here from Nicker, so he will be going for the economy advantage, and it looks like he'll actually be doing some nice creeping as well here, picking up an Ankh of Reincarnation, a pretty nice item, although his heroes are unlikely to be too heavily focused, but still Ankh of Reincarnation, always a nice item to get. And Moon meanwhile creeping up that same camp and not putting up an expansion yet, though. Oh, actually no, sorry, maybe he is. Yes, he is. Sorry, I beg your pardon. And so it looks like we're actually seeing pretty similar builds, considering that the first hero was different. That was sort of the big divergence, and everything else has been pretty similar up to after that point. And it looks like Moon's gonna be able to take out these creeps. You can see he pulled them, which means that they take a lot longer to actually kill, but at the same time it just means that it's, you take a lot less damage on your units, and you don't want to be taking damage on Dryads, because you then have to heal them up with Moon Wells, and that's really not something you want to do, because obviously the Moon Wells will then heal up your mana as well, which is a bit pointless. And Health Stone for this Demon Hunter now, very nice item, because obviously, as I said, he will be doing a lot of tanking, and the ability to get that just bonus heal as well is so nice, as well as the long-term effects. And it looks like Nicker actually might be caught in a bit of a creep jack here. No, it looks like Moon being a bit too slow to get onto this, and so Nicker probably will have finished up these creeps just about, and yeah, he's just finished them up by the time Moon moves in, and that means that Nicker actually lose one Dryad immediately. Obviously Dryads do a lot of damage to other Dryads, but these Huntresses, even though they're unarmored, still are pretty nice against those Dryads, because you really want to focus on your opponent's Dryads. And it looks like Moon did so much damage that Nicker knows he needs to get out of here, and he does finally take down that Naga as well as a couple Dryads. Certainly very, very nice there for him. for Moon, but Moon needs to be careful just because of that expansion for Knicker will be up a bit earlier, and that's going to give him a lot of gold, and a level 2 hero kill isn't the sort of be all and end all. And I wonder if we're seeing tier 3 techs from Moon or Knicker. I don't think we're going to see one from Knicker, but maybe from Moon. No, not from Moon yet. Looks like both sides could go for Dryas, and first attack and armor upgrade for Moon, as well as I imagine upgrades for Knicker as well, if he's on the ball, but maybe his economy's been a bit too stretched. No, he does have his attack upgrade, and getting the armor upgrade as well. Actually, getting second attack upgrade before that armor upgrade. I really like that choice. Obviously, Dryas put out so much damage, just being able to, and their armor isn't too important in this situation, because they're taking so much damage. But I quite like that move from Knicker, going for 2 attack upgrades first. And it looks like Moon's expansion is just about to start being up and running, but meanwhile Knicker's has been up for a while, so Moon in a bit of an economy disadvantage at this point, but Moon's going to be at a bit of experience advantage, so we're going to have to see whether or not he can actually capitalise on that